Preparations are underway for the funeral of the late COPE leader Mosioua Lekota. His body arrived in Bloemfontein on Wednesday, where he will be buried. Now, the former Free State Premier passed away at the age of 77 at a hospital in Midrand, Johannesburg, after suffering from a long illness. Lekota's family says the funeral is expected to take place next weekend. Kamogelo Seekoei joins us live now from Bloemfontein. Kamogelo, a very good afternoon to you. So here's a man who is being mourned across the country. And of course, Kamogelo, President Cyril Ramaphosa at the head of those tributes that have been pouring in since his passing at the age of 77. Just give us a sense then in terms of what his family, his friends have ultimately been saying about, Mosioua Lekota.
Well, Lunatu, of course, throughout the whole week, we've heard messages of condolences coming in from various political parties, the ANC also in the Free State province, the Premier of the Free State, even former premiers of the Free State, speaking about the man that was Mosioua Lekota, who happens to also be the very first Premier of the Free State province between the years of 1994 and 1996. And we've heard from his political party as well that he founded after the split with the ANC. We also heard from his two children that we spoke to yesterday, the son and the daughter, just talking to us about the man that he was outside of politics, the man that he was at home when he wanted to spend time with his family. They described him as someone who was full of jokes, who was very hearty and really wanted a happy home, and they remember him for all the funny jokes, the light moments that he shared with them as they were growing up. We also had an opportunity, of course, to speak to his brother, who essentially described him as a born politician, telling us that even when he was a young boy, the manner in which that he addressed elders in the family, it was so animated, more like a politician, and the family knew at the time that he would one day become a politician. So to them, him becoming a giant in South African politics really did not come as a surprise, because they had seen him grow up, they had seen him becoming interested in politics. We just also spoke to the acting chairperson of COPE, Dade Pakes Dikhetsi, who just described him as someone who was not one-dimensional when it comes to politics, having started his political career as a student, coming from the school of Steve Biko, moving to the United Democratic Front, as well as the ANC, having founded COPE. He also spoke about the fact that even farmers right now are calling the party, they're calling them to say, how can we get involved in the burial of this person that we used to work so closely with. So he is someone that has been described as a person who straddled ideologies. He was a free thinker and he was open-minded. One of the descriptions that came out from the mayor of Mangaung, Dade Gregory Ntatisi, was that he was someone who shot from the hip. He didn't hold back, but he was always honest about his position. So that was the man that has been described. We heard right now from the political party, his home political party, COPE, that in the coming week there's going to also be two memorial services that are going to be held. One is going to be on Tuesday in Pimville, and the other one is going to be here in Bloemfontein on Thursday. Also on Friday, there's going to be a church service at the Botshabela Catholic Church here in Bloemfontein, because the family says that Lekota was a staunch Catholic and he was a man who believed in his faith very much. So they will have that church service on Friday, and then on Saturday the burial will take place. As we all know by now, it's going to be an official Category 2 funeral. With that, it's back to you.